Today I share a video where I tease my wool before carding. Teasing with combs is a fast way to tease quantities of wool. In the video I also show you how I blend wool with sari silk at the teasing stage. Towards the end of the video I show you how I card the wool. Teasing is an important stage to open up the wool staples before carding. This makes the wool easier to card and reduces the risk of overcarding. Overcarding is when you break the fibers in the carding process. The broken pieces turn into neps in your yarn and your finished project. In this video I use my table mount to fasten one of the combs. This makes the process easier on my arms and I can use both hands to hold the free comb. I could just as well do this without the table mount and hold one comb in each hand. When using combs for teasing, I don't need to find the right orientation of the staples. I simply load the combs brutally with a handful of wool. I try to load the combs as close to the tines as possible. I don't want a lot of wool to stick out on the handle side of the stationary comb. When the stationary comb is loaded to about a third of the height of the tines, I add the sari silk I want to blend it with. In this case, I add 6 staple lengths of sari silk for each comb load. And now I'm ready to tease. I tease just like I would if I were combing the wool. I hold the active comb perpendicularly to the stationary comb at all stages. I move my active comb in a horizontal circular movement. The only thing that changes is the direction of the movement of the active comb. When I can't get out any more wool from the stationary comb and all the wool is on the active comb, I change the movement. I now move the active comb in a vertical circular movement. The combs are still perpendicular to each other. I continue this vertical movement until I can't get any more wool out of the active comb. Before I remove the wool from the stationary comb, I spread the wool evenly over the height of the tines. Then I pull tufts of combed wool straight out of the comb, perpendicular to the tines. This way all the short bits, neps and tangled fibers stay in the stationary comb. The teased wool is now ready for carding. When I load the cards, I pull the teased wool onto the stationary card. I load the card with as much wool as will stay on the wires. I remove any excess. I like to leave a frame around the wool empty. This way I make sure that there is room for all the wool on the card and that the wool will be carded evenly. I card 3 passes, 6 times in each pass, just gently stroking the wool. To strip the card between passes, I place the cards with the handles in the same direction and transfer the wool in 2 strokes. I now have all the wool on one card again and I'm ready for the next pass. After the third pass, I used the active card and my hand to pull the wool off the stationary card and make a rolag. A final roll between the cards make a compact and even rolag.